weeks ago, Jim Cornette had made some serious threats on the Rock and Roll Express in their career and the longevity of the career. He'd also put up $25,000 against their Mid-South tag titles and told them to figure out any stipulation they wanted. And they had a stipulation because they've always felt that they need to neutralize Jim Cornette. And they had a stipulation, and it involved putting Jim Cornette in a straitjacket. They were demonstrating that to us here 2 weeks ago. Let's watch and see what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, the two men here with me now are no strangers to you. They are your Mid-South Tag Team Champions. Please welcome the Rock and Roll Express to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, earlier this hour, you saw a pre-recorded interview that Jim Cornette made on last Wednesday. And in that, he said that he would put up $25,000, of course, of his mother's money, if you gentlemen would sign a match to defend the Mid-South Tag Team Championship against his Midnight Express. And Rick and Robert, you heard it. He said he would do it in any stipulation that you all could come up with. I know you all have come up with an idea.
That's right, Jim Ross. You know, every time we wrestle the Midnight Express, Jimmy Cornette's always been the difference. In the cage match, Jimmy Cornette's the one that cost us lose the match. It wasn't the Midnight Express. So we accepted Jimmy Cornette's challenge, but we got a little stipulation for him. It was hard to get this right here, and I want to demonstrate it to all the people right here. Right here is a straitjacket. And I feel and I believe if Jimmy Cornette's in this straitjacket right here, there's no way he can bring Ether to the ring, he can bring his chains, but brother, there's no way he can get it out. Here you go, Robert, demonstrate it right here.
So this will be the neutralizer. This is what will neutralize Jim Cornette. I have seen these never this close. This is a straitjacket.
See this right here? Put this right here on. Like this. Get it strapped up here good and tight. And that way right there, there's no way that when he sets it ringside that he can pull anything out. He can get it all the way out here. See right here? Pull it right here, pull the arm up under. Here. Back through here. Let me get this over here good and tight.
So if Mr. Cornette wears this, he will be completely neutralized and unable to interfere in any kind of match.
That's right. And that is for $25,000. See this right here? Come get off this right here.
Well, I would certainly say that if Mr. Cornette wears this straitjacket, he will be helpless.
See, there's no way he can get out of here. Look at this, Ross. He can reach down, he can pull anything out he can, but there's no way. And they can demonstrate this right off the bat here.
I'd say it's a foolproof weight. Wait.
Boston Crab, and he's come off the top rope. They've annihilated the Rock and Roll Express. Boy, I don't know what else can happen. We've got some help. We ran for the dressing room. We've got some help. It's too late. Robert Gibson in a straitjacket showing the stipulations they wanted, totally helpless. The Midnight Express attacked them. They've annihilated Ricky Morton. Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson have suffered a lot at the hands of Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express. And I think they've decided, Boyd, that one of them has to survive and one of them has to leave. And they have come up with some stipulations that are death-defying. They're awesome. Never before in wrestling have I ever heard anything like it. And I want to tell you, there's no way that I would take part in a match like this. But I think Robert and Ricky have decided that one team's going to survive and one's going to leave, and they got to figure a way that Cornette never can interfere in this match. You know, Jim Ross is a pretty brave young man. He's a referee in the Big 8. calls a lot of championship games. He was also an all-state football player. But when we see them explain this stipulation, you're going to see Jim Ross sitting down, afraid to stand up. Let's play and listen to their stipulations for this title bout.
I am at this time 20 feet above the concrete floor, 16 feet above the ring on a scaffold. Ricky Morton, I know that you guys thought long and hard about the exact stipulated match that you wanted to go against Jim Cornette, and this is beyond anyone's wildest dreams, and I'm scared to death up here.
Well, Jim, you know, all the people and everybody else, all the fans know that the history of the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express is every time we had these guys in a match, this is chain matches, cage matches, Jimmy Cornette always found out a way to get in, to interfere, to make his team win, because it was always you, Cornette. It was always you that made your Midnight Express win. Well, Jim, now you put up your $25,000. For any match that we wanted, any stipulation that the Rock and Roll Express wanted, well, you see what we got, Jimmy Cornette. This way right here, because I know in my heart that you don't got what it takes to climb up here, Jimmy Cornette, to interfere in this match. Well, here's going to be the first time in history, Jimmy Cornette, that a tag team match is going to be on top of a scaffold. And it's got to come down, because this area is not big enough for the Rock and Roll Express and the Midnight Express. One of us has got to go. It has got to end, Jimmy Cornette, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it right here on top of this scaffold. Now, I got to say to you, I'm half scared to death standing up here myself, especially with Robert shaking this scaffold. But, brother, it's got to come down. It's got to end. And I'd like to say to all these nice folks out here that's listening, I hope that you can stand behind us, and I hope when this match is over that we'll be able to call ourselves the Mid-South Tag Team Champions and be able to represent all you nice people. And I hope that we don't fall in one of our careers here, because I had to talk Robert into climbing up here and talking him in this match, talking it over to him. And you can see he's about as half as scared as I am, too. So thank you very much.
I've never heard of stipulations like that. 2 scaffolds, one on each side. Each team will start on each side. They'll have to meet in the middle to settle it for $25,000 against the Mid-South Tag Team titles. That's 20 feet above the arena floor, 16 feet above the ring floor. I don't know how anybody could have enough bravery to even get up there, much less to wrestle up there. Now let's go to Jim Ross in the ring for this bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, this tag team match on Mid-South Wrestling is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first at 237 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia, Dale Veazey. His partner weighs 266 pounds from New Jersey, Jack Victory. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Rock and Roll Express.
That's right. Robert and Ricky didn't waste any time. They're on the hunt right now. They're on the attack. They said they've been victimized for the last time. They're going after it. Their intents are getting ready for this scaffold match. $25,000, the Mid-South Tag titles, but more than that, careers are at stake, prestige at stake, dangerous death defying. I'm sure they're keyed to the hill. 1, 2, 3. That has to be the fastest time they've ever won a tag team match. We're going to be back with Skandar Akbar and a special press conference, Boyd.
That's right. And the Rock and Roll Express is back and tremendous. And stay with us. We'll be right back after this word.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we mentioned here last week, we would have a press conference here on Mid-South Wrestling. General Skandar Akbar has called this press conference. So at this time, I'll turn these proceedings over to General Skandar Akbar.
Well, I have an important announcement to make. I would like to announce that I have purchased the contract of Hercules Hernandez from James E. Cornette. Now, Mr. Cornette, I'm sure that you have received my check and that the contract is in order.
I have. As a matter of fact, the general made me a very, very generous offer. I did call and check. The check has cleared my bank, so I do have the contract here. You know, the reason that I hired Hercules Hernandez to be my bodyguard was because of the threat of Hacksaw Jim Duggan to my personal safety. But after what's happened to Duggan lately, he's afraid to say boo to a goose. There's no reason to have a bodyguard. The general made me a very generous offer, and General, here is the contract signed, sealed, and delivered.
And as you can see that I'm paying tribute to this mighty athlete by making him an honorary sheik. And that means, Mr. Hernandez, business at hand.
Okay, General, maybe I get my own harem or something.
Wait, just a moment. There's a job to be done. Business at hand. Business at hand. That will come later. Now, with the acquisition of Hercules, now Sheik Hernandez, that makes the General's army more powerful than ever.
I got him for you, baby. I got him. I told you I'd deliver him, baby. I got him for you. I told you, brother.
Oh, young man, I'm capable of doing my own dealing, my own transactions. By the way, what are you doing with that watch on? You know where that watch is supposed to go. And I told you last week, and I'm telling you today emphatically, that by the end of today's program, that you better have results, and you know where that watch goes.
No problem. I'm just keeping it polished, Mr. Akbar. Everything's under control. If I tell you, if the Nature Boy says he can deliver something, then go to the bank on it. It'll be here. That's all I got to say.
It's certainly better. As I said before, Killer Khan, the missing link, Sheik Hernandez, and my associate Ted DiBiase, and Buddy Landell, the General's army is more powerful than ever. And I intend to dominate Mid-South like never before. And anybody that stands in the way of the General, shame on you, because I will steamroll you, and you will pay severe consequences. From now on, you will call me Mr. Mid-South.
Well, that concludes this press conference with General Skandar Akbar. Now let's go back to Cowboy Bill Watts and Boyd Pierce.
Bill?
Very unusual situation, Boyd. He certainly added a powerful man and made him an honorary sheik in Hercules Hernandez. And you notice he calls Ted DiBiase an associate. He seems to own the other folks, but DiBiase is an associate. But Buddy Landell and that solid gold Rolex president, there's a little mystery there at this point. But, well, we'll just have to see what transpires.
Right, and we'll have more coming up after this message.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match on Mid-South Wrestling is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. First, I'd like to introduce in the red corner, at 260 pounds from Kansas City, Hacksaw Butch Reed. Wait, what are you doing here?
I have to talk to my man, Hacksaw Butch Reed. It's very important. Just wait a minute.
We have a match. Ladies and gentlemen, highly irregular.
Well, I am the man, boy. What do you mean? Hey, don't you know who I am, Buddy Landell? I'm surprised you bought something like that to me. Don't you know that I run out the dome? Don't you know that I beat Master G in a polio? After he tried to break my leg, I come back and whoop the hell out of him. And you gonna tell me about somebody who wants me? Hey, man, I don't need nobody because I am the man. I am the #1 man in Mid-South. I stand alone.
You're real good. You're real good. You've improved so much since I've taught you everything that I know, and you've really improved a lot since you've been with me.
You tell me what, boy? You tell me what? Let me tell you something, sucker. I taught you everything you know. The only reason why that I let you hang around, boy, is because I just tolerate you and I feel sorry for you. You just like a parasite. You just like a leech. You just like one of them little old fish that follow the shark around. He left the dumping, boy. Get out of here. I gotta run. Get out of here. Let me somebody else.
Brother. This is for our career. Come here, look, Butch. A solid $9,000 presidential Rolex watch, brother. It's for you, Butch. It's for you. I'm trying to do this for our career. Mr. Akbar said to give this to you, brother.
So this is what it is, huh? So this is what the Rolex watch is all about, right? You gonna deliver me to Skandar Akbar? Let me tell you something, bloodsucker. I don't need you. I don't need Skandar Akbar. I don't need nobody. Because Butch Reed, the hacksaw, the brick house walks alone. And you know what I think of you and this Rolex and Skandar Akbar? Huh? That's what I think of the boy. You understand? That's exactly what I think of. What are you doing? Get out of here. I gotta beat somebody up. Get out of here. Turn your back on me. Put your hands on me.
Wait just a minute, gentlemen.
Hold on, Reed. Hold on, Reed. Hold on. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Yeah, let's maintain some.
Let's talk, Reed. Let's talk. We didn't come to fight. Let's talk. Let's talk business. I made a mistake. I should have come to you personally, Butch Reed. I know that you're a man of your own. And I didn't realize the animosity between you and Landell existed. But now, wait a minute. Now, you're a diplomatic individual. I'm a gracious individual. And I'm prepared to make you an offer. I'm prepared to make you the offer of your lifetime.
Listen to him. Hey, just shut up. I'm listening.
You join forces with the general, and you won't have to worry about anything. Because I intend to dominate Mid-South. I intend to steamroll all opposition. So let's have your answer.
Well, let me tell you something. Skandar Akbar, I don't need you. I don't need your blood-sucker money. Butch Reed stands alone.
Think for just a moment. All right, think for just one moment. I'll give it to you like a man that you are. Let me give it to you like a man. Either you're with us or you're against us. You make your own mind up.
Well, I'll tell you what, Skandar Akbar, I guess I'm against you.
Boy, Pierce, this is pandemonium. He's standing alone, but he's against too much. He's against too much firepower. Even as bad as Hacksaw Butch Reed is. Too much firepower out there. The general said either you're with us or you're against us. Oh, there's Hacksaw Duggan. Hacksaw Duggan, and he's got a 2x4. He's got a 2x4, and it's getting scarce in that ring. Hacksaw Duggan. The big man is back, and he's got a 2x4. He came to Butch Reed's rescue. Hacksaw Duggan. Listen to this crowd. This is something going on. It's getting hot and heavy, Boyd. Boyd, we'll try to get a chance to talk to one of these guys. Duggan's putting a hand forward to Reed. Boyd, we'll try to get to talk to him.
Well, we'll try to talk to him, so we'll be right back. Stay with us right after this important message from Mid-South Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with two proud men, two tough men. Both of you stand alone. Butch Reed, I heard you say you stand alone, and Duggan, I know you've stood alone, but what I've seen about Akbar and DiBiase, the Rat Pack, or the Army as he calls them, I don't know if any one man can stand alone. And during the commercial break, I tried to get you to come over here. You've consented to come over here. I think you guys need to kind of tell everybody your feelings about this situation.
Probably Bill Watts after we get done here with me and Butch need to probably go somewhere and sit down and talk down man to man, eye to eye, and just get a few things straight. But if anybody, after 2 long years of banging heads with somebody, you learn a lot about somebody. You may not agree, I may not agree, let me rephrase that. I may not agree with a lot of things Butch Reed does, and I'm sure he doesn't agree with a lot of things I do. But I respect the man because I've been right up there in that circle with him, and I've gone nose to nose. He gave me his best shot, and I gave him mine. And he came back for more, and I came back for more. So I respect you for that, Butch Reed, and I respect you for standing on your own. Now, I don't blame you for keeping your eye on me, and I guarantee you I want to keep my eye on you. But there's a force coming here in Mid-South that we haven't seen before. It's like a black plague, a cancerous growth, the Skandar Akbar, Ted DiBiase, Hercules Hernandez, a few other people joining together. And right, maybe we need to get off camera, and maybe we need to set up a few things and straighten things out around here in Mid-South. You hear what the man said, Bill Watts? He said the whole thing right there. He said respect for your fellow man. We done fought each other tooth and nail. Matter of fact, I done run out the junkyard dog. I done beat up Master G after knee surgery. And this is the only man right now that I got to give respect to as being one of the toughest suckers around here other than me. But it seems like Butch Reed has done lost some of his respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, and now it's time. Now it's time for Butch Reed to start getting his respect. I don't care how I got to do it. Jim Diggins. You know, baby. Show me that fire, baby. You be with me. I don't need this slumber. And brother, I don't think one of us is gonna take out them suckers. Them no good dogs up there. So if we get to unite, then that's what the hell we'll do. If that is what it takes, we'll do it, baby. I don't need this slumber. I need a fired up hacksaw.
I think drastic measures need drastic action. Right now, let's go to the ring announcer, Jim Ross, for the next bout.
This match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first in the red corner at a combined weight of 423 pounds from Mexico City, Mexico, Chavo and Hector Guerrero. Their opponents, ladies and gentlemen, at 218 pounds from San Antonio, Texas, Shawn Michaels. His partner at 202 pounds, Birmingham, Alabama, Mike Jackson.
Well, Bill, I can't make any comments. Jim has already introduced them, and I tell you, I've never seen two fired up men that's trying to get united over a common cause. Chavo and Hector Guerrero.
I'll tell you, if they don't, Skandar Akbar will steamroll over him. He's come in and taken over Mid-South before. I think it takes drastic action. I think both of these guys can see it. They felt it. They felt the pain and agony. Chavo and Hector Guerrero, two brothers, another fast, quick-moving team. They've been starring in the Houston area, and now they've decided to come in and try the whole Mid-South area on for size. You see, they're very, very agile, very quick. They call themselves the Alamo Busters. I'll leave you to judge what their remarks about that mean. Chavo Guerrero, a former world's junior heavyweight champion. His brother Hector, you see him dive down on Mike Jackson. You know, a lot of times people say we barred the two before, we barred the log and chain, we barred the tennis racket, we barred the steel chair, and people say, well, Dr. Death has got the football helmet. We didn't bar everything. We barred 4 items. And what I said is, when you fight fire, you got to figure out a way to put the terror back in those folks. You got to figure out the way to put the mental games like Ernie Ladd does back on them, to make them sweat, to make them worry, to make them wonder what's going to happen. And I think what we just saw today is the first step of two tough guys finally saying, in one breath, I stand alone, but in the other breath, they better realize they're fighting an army. It's not just one person. It's not just one team they're fighting. You got DiBiase, you got Hercules Hernandez, Buddy Landell, Killer Khan, and the missing link. So they better figure a way to get together. Body slam. Shawn Michaels slammed by Hector Guerrero. See how quick, lightning quick Hector Guerrero is. Shawn Michaels kicking out. It's really a lot of emotion riding high in the Mid-South area, the scaffold match. And now this situation with DiBiase returning and the Hacksaw Dugan situation 2 weeks ago. And now the Butch Reed situation. Shawn Michaels firing away. Tag is made. Mike Jackson legal in. Arm whip, drop kick. I think this crowd is stunned by what's happening here today. Another packed house here at the Irishman Neal Boys Club. Mike Jackson, all he got was air. Came down the hard way, those high-risk moves. Oh, that adjusted his neck the wrong way. Tag is made, full Nelson. He rocks back in a full Nelson. That was off the second rope. Again, that's legal. Chavo Guerrero. Their debut as a team here is a successful one.
1, 2, 3 from Mexico City. The Guerrero brothers, Chavo and Hector, gain a tag team victory. We have more action coming up. Stay with us. We'll return right after this word from Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.
This match on Mid-South Wrestling is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first in the red corner at 259 pounds from Omaha, Nebraska, Ted DiBiase. His opponent weighs 220 pounds from Charlotte, North Carolina, Lee Ramsey.
Lee Ramsey being introduced to the Mid-South area, and of course, a man who needs no introduction, former North American heavyweight champion from Omaha, Nebraska, rugged Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase, a double tough guy, a guy that said he's going to pay Dugan back. And 2 weeks ago, Dugan had always said Ted can wrestle, but he can't fight. And DiBiase said there's a parking lot with your name on it. Something happened in that parking lot. We don't know what happened. We have Dugan's side of it, and we have DiBiase's side of it. And I think Dugan's side has a lot more credibility. We've got Master G and Brickhouse Brown up next against the Midnight Express. Then Tony Falk and Superstar Dundee against Big Ernie Ladd and Buddy Landell. Then we're going to have another bit of information about the dream match, so have your pencils and paper ready. Next week for the television title, Superstar Dundee against Adrian Street. In 2 weeks, Terry Taylor will return. I know everybody will want to welcome him back. DiBiase really punishing Lee Ramsey as Lee Ramsey makes his debut here on Mid-South, and he's a competent wrestler. You can just see that he's against the awesome competition of a man who once dominated Mid-South and is back on his quest and has formed an alliance as an associate with Skandar Akbar. Now Akbar has Sheik Hercules Hernandez, an awesome man. You wonder where Dr. Death fits into this picture. But we know that we have a cauldron that's boiling. Power slam. DiBiase's fantastic with that power slam. There he goes, spinning toe hold into that figure four leg lock. That devastating hold he learned from the Funk brothers.
He put it on him and locked it in, and it resulted in a victory for Ted DiBiase. We have tag team action coming up following this word from Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.
This tag team match is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you now the two men who have dominated tag team wrestling in the Mid-South for almost 1 year now and will continue to do so for quite some time to come. Lean, mean, slick and quick, Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express. Of the Midnight Express. And now let's bring on Brickhouse Brown and Master G.
Boy, distance war, there's no love lost between these two teams. 3 weeks ago, Master G and Brickhouse Brown in what turned out to be an impromptu lumberjack match took the measure of the Midnight Express, and it really hurt their rating. And now you see they jumped them, and they're out, and Cornette is griping about it, but you see the crowd is 100% behind Master G and the Brickhouse because their own tactics backfired.
I want you to take care of some business. You're supposed to be the champions. You are the rightful champions. You're going to get those belts back. Now go in there and look like the champions.
Well, I don't know how they let that little weasel in their face like that, but I guess they have been so successful under his guidance, they take all that mouth from him.
And Bobby Eaton now in the ring against Brickhouse Brown. Randy Anderson, the referee.
Of course, you heard the crowd hollering for rock and roll, rock and roll. But that match will be decided on top of a scaffold 16 feet above that ring floor and 20 feet above the ground. That match, $25,000 for the Mid-South Tag Team title. The most awesome match I have ever heard of. Oh, did Brickhouse elevate Bobby Eaton? This is a main event on any card anywhere, this match right here. 4 weeks ago, you know, when they were wrestling these guys, Butch Reed and Buddy Landell came out and whipped Master G. So this, like I say, this cauldron is boiling. It's about to explode. There's emotion running so high, Boyd. Next up, we have Ernie Ladd and Buddy Landell against Tony Falk and Superstar Dundee. So we've got more action remaining. Going for the fall. But a tag was made, and Condrey, the legal man in the ring. These men are tactician generals out there. They are quick, they're sudden, both teams highly conditioned. You can hear this crowd, another packed house at the Irish Manile Boys Club. Our handheld camera there now gets right up into the ring. It brings you right inside the ring, the action. Somebody was telling me the other day in Tulsa that it's still not like seeing it live and in person. No matter how you see it on television, as great as the camera shots are, to see it in person is the most awesome event, the most spectacular event you'll have ever attended.
You ain't doing nothing. Come on. You ain't doing nothing, boy. You ain't doing nothing.
You can see how excruciating it is. Listen to this crowd chant, Master G. Master G, he came and took on Brickhouse Reed and tried to get some respect. He's just been unable to stay with Reed. Reed has just got too much equipment for any one man to stay with. Reed is just too awesome, too powerful. He's too confident. But he has the most awesome challenge of his career now that he's taken on the General's Army, as does Dugan. It'll be a battle of survival. Tremendous move, Master G. Bobby Eaton had that front face lock, and Master G just elevated him right out of it. What strength. And now the Brickhouse is in there, and the Brickhouse is boogieing. It's all four men in the ring now. It's just broken down into a tag team war. Cornette just tripped. Cornette just tripped the Brickhouse. The Brickhouse is upset. But as he turns his back, Bobby Eaton so quick, just like a cat, comes in and drops the Brickhouse. But Master G, he'll not leave his partner. He's out there. Oh, Condrey trying to come off the top, but the referee and Master G have got him cornered. They see it. They've got it blocked. But they don't realize Bobby Eaton. Bobby Eaton is close. Bobby Eaton came clear off the top rope. Look how quick they are. He drove Master G out, and it's a victory. You see the Midnight Express. They are the most devastating team in the history of Mid-South.
And on the other side of the ring, Bobby Eaton came down hard on Brickhouse Brown and gained a victory. That's why we tell you, this is the exciting Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.
Coming at you, baby.
We'll be right back.
This tag team match on Mid-South Wrestling is one fall with a television time remaining. Introducing first at 320 pounds from Houston, Texas, Ernie Ladd. His partner at 232 pounds from Los Angeles, California, Buddy Landell. What? Magnum TA is going to
represent. Hey, Magnum TA, oh, no. I'm not going to stand a match with anyone like to hurt me. Then they get a shot at taking this title back. You must be crazy, Mr. TV announcer. You're as goofy as that Magnum TA over there. Oh, no. Hey,
are you gonna?
Smart.
Are you gonna?
The brain.
He's not gonna. Ernie Ladd, ladies and gentlemen, has refused.
Why don't we just make it a single match, Landell, if he's through checking? Come on, Daddy, you and me get it on.
Now,
Ernie's calling for me.
well, Buddy Landell's leaving. Ernie Ladd left, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, this match is not going to happen. Let's go back to Cowboy Bill Watts and Boyd Pierce.
Well, Boyd, we have Steve Dr. Death Williams standing by, but first of all, next week, Superstar Dundee will take on Adrian Street for the television title. In 2 weeks, Terry Taylor will be back. But right now, Dr. Death, Steve Williams has some words he wants to say.
You know something? I got challenged out here last week against Jim Duggan, a helmet match. Well, he didn't show up. Now he comes out here with a board. You know, Jim Duggan, you're a coward. You're a yellow-bellied coward, Jim Duggan. You know something? I've got my helmet here today. And, brother, if you want a one-on-one in that square circle, I'll be here next week right in that square circle. So, Jim, if you're not a yellow-bellied, come on down and try me, Dr. Death Williams, in the helmet.
Well, you just heard from Dr. Death. He's challenged Hacksaw Dugan, and I'll say one thing. I don't think anybody would call Dugan a coward or yellow belly. Tune in next week, and maybe we'll have that great bout.
I mean, tune in right here on the exciting Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.